Well. Welcome back to another video. It's your boy. Damn, that's crazy. I think I commented something on. I don't know when I commented. Uh, uh, oh, this is crazy. That wrestling video. But anyways, I'm gonna check to see if we're live right now. I tried to go live before and it didn't even show up. It doesn't look like it even shows up right now. Okay, we got it. It's fine. We finally up, y'all. We are up and we want the smoke. Yeah. So let's get right into this video. I think the video we getting into it. I think it said 17 minutes or 21 minutes. So here we go. Um, we got this one right here. Yeah, man, them cheesecakes are very rich. So
There's
you
a
gonna
way
eat
to cut your
one?
dishwashing time by
You gonna eat one?
50%. Try Dawn Power Wash Dish Spray. It removes 99% of grease and grime in half the time. It cleans so well,
Alright, let's
you can
check
replace
out.
multiple
Let's get on
cleaning
the other
products.
channels.
Try Dawn Power Wash.
That Big Quest nutrition is now better,
Softer.
yummier.
It's a quest.
4 years ago, I tried eating all 33 cheesecakes on the Cheesecake Factory menu in one sitting. I failed miserably. Now I'm back 4 years later to take on this insane challenge in a more reasonable time frame, 24 hours. The average cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory clocks in at just over 1,200 calories. That means that to successfully take down every cheesecake, I'll have to consume 41,000 plus calories of just cheesecake. That's
I hope you've been working out.
Cheesecake.
I really don't like cheesecake right now.
After spending $400 on the cheesecakes, it was time to get the first meal started.
Everyone, I'm hungry for some cheesecake, and I'm ready to get this challenge officially started. Without further ado, let's make some bad decisions.
Let's make some bad decisions.
Before I get
Why
started,
does he look like
I'm gonna pour myself a little beverage.
Hangman Adam
It's
Page?
gonna cancel out all these calories. The challenge begins in 3, 2, and 1.
Since I was already on a roll with the fat-free milk, I wanted to start with one of the more healthier cheesecakes. So I went after the banana one first.
First cheesecake is down.
I didn't know he actually ate the whole cheesecake. I thought he just tried every
The
one of
salted
them.
caramel cheesecake tasted amazing. So far, the challenge was off to a great start.
Whew, that cheesecake was amazing.
I bet it
I'm gonna
was.
go ahead and get into this one next just because it looks like it's like a
I ain't gonna lie, I be
cheesecake
watching these
with raspberries,
videos.
like-
My stomach be rumbling, bro. Be like, it's not for you, big boy.
I wasn't a big fan of this flavor.
EWW moment. Now it's time for the red velvet.
The red velvet cheesecake is one of my favorite flavors. In my
My
opinion,
grandma
the
likes
cheese
red velvet.
frosting
I
is the best.
had it before. I don't like it that much.
That deliciousness is down.
I decided to try a flavor I've never had before next.
I think I'm gonna try this one next. I have no idea which one this is.
Adam
This one looks
TV,
spectacular.
something. I didn't really read it.
W. Oh, W.
This cheesecake
Is this
has
the same guy?
peanut butter, Butterfingers,
I guess
and
it is.
biscuits.
That's what's
so
up.
Obviously, I enjoyed every bite of it.
He don't even look the same.
Just so you all know, I have no idea what I've gotten myself
Best
into.
way
The next
cheesecake.
24 hours is going to be very cheesecakey.
Pineapple upside down cheesecake.
After this flavor, it was time to go after the flavor.
I don't really know about
Pretty
that.
sure this is something with lemon in it. If you know me, I'm not the biggest fan of lemon in desserts.
Me either.
It was just as
Mango
as I
key
thought.
lime cheesecake. I know that it looked like it tastes awful.
The whipped cream came in clutch, and I was able to use it to buffer the extreme tanginess of the mango key lime cheesecake.
Alright, now I gotta get to the original cheesecake.
Which one is this? Oh, just the original?
This actually might be the low carb cheesecake.
Oh, low-licious cheesecake.
Tastes like cheesecake.
This cheesecake was too low calorie, so I made up for it with the next one.
This looks like a lot of peanut buttery deliciousness, but you know what? Let's just take this up a few
Is this
notches.
gonna be the last one? He really did go through all of those. I mean, I don't think it is a whole lot of cheesecakes. It's just
I will 100%.
they got a lot of calories in them. That's why they.
But hey, since I'm about to obliterate
It's
my
not
palate
like
with
eating
cheesecake,
every donut.
Why not obliterate it with cheesecake and chocolate?
That's good.
After making
W
quick work of this
O
delicious cheesecake,
W.
meal number 1 was officially complete, which put the total cheesecake count at 10.
Oh, this
Looks like it took us just
33?
over 23 minutes. All I gotta say, everyone, is that cheesecake hit the spot. Believe it or not, I'm actually feeling pretty good.
That feeling was very short-lived. Only an hour after meal 1, all the cheesecake hit me like a freight train. I expected to feel pretty terrible early on in this challenge, but I had only a third of the cheesecakes down, and I was already struggling from the dairy overload. I decided to head to the grocery store and buy some Lactaid, with the hope that it would get me through the rest of the cheesecake. The next morning, I had my answer. So I decided to use something a little stronger. With the rest of the day ahead of me, all I could do was hope that my digestive system was gonna hold up. Instead of diving straight into meal number 2, I decided to wait a few hours. A little after noon, it was time for meal 2 to begin. I chose the strawberry cheesecake, the celebration cheesecake, the caramel apple cheesecake, the chocolate tuxedo cheesecake, the Godiva cheesecake, the chocolate mousse cheesecake, and finally, the vanilla cheesecake.
All right, everybody, here we are. I am about 16 and a half hours in to this challenge. Last night was pretty rough, but it's been about 16 hours since my last meal. So I'm ready to do as much damage as possible in the final hours of this challenge.
I'm ready for that cheesecake. Stupid me. That strawberry cheesecake.
Sort of
caramel apple.
3, 2, 1.
The fact that this caramel apple cheesecake literally tasted like a caramel apple blew my mind.
Caramel apple is down.
Comes with
I
territory.
decided to go after the vanilla cheesecake next.
The vanilla bean.
I wasn't a fan, but I would have taken this vanilla cheesecake any day over the flavor I decided to go after next.
This just looks very lemony.
As you can probably expect,
lemon meringue cheesecake.
Contour Next.
My
Diabetes
great
test
grandma
strips
loves
are accurate
lemon
and affordable. They
meringue
give you highly accurate results in
pies,
seconds. They're
cheesecake.
more affordable than many insurance
Well, she
co-pays
doesn't.
and are the
I don't
number
know.
one branded over-the-counter test strip.
They cost
Contour
a lot
Next. This
and a
is
lot of
next level
calories.
diabetes
So
testing.
you tell me.
Bounty Mega Roll. 4 rolls in 1.
I legit do not know how people actually enjoy eating lime or lemon cheesecakes. What's your least favorite cheesecake? Comment down
Lemon
below.
meringue.
Obviously, you know.
Probably.
after a few minutes of suffering, the richness of the cheesecake hit me.
Whew.
It just hit me that lemon
It's
meringue
rich.
pie is a lemon meringue sort of cheesecake.
The slight
In a
goodness
way.
of the chocolate mousse cheesecake was much needed, because the cheesecake I went after next is not only one of the biggest, but is also one of the richest cheesecakes on the menu.
Right, now it's time for the celebration cheesecake.
Bro, that
Celebration
looks
cheesecake is
so
one of the
good.
biggest cheesecakes on the Cheesecake Factory menu.
Like a
Needless to
a
say,
birthday
celebration
cake.
cheesecake is one of my favorites. The layers of vanilla birthday cake
It's mine. Just
cheesecake
looking at
with
it.
the cream cheese frosting topping makes this, in my opinion, one of the best flavors on the menu,
I'm gonna have to go get that once I go back to Cheesecake
and
Factory.
also one of the richest flavors.
Celebration cheesecake.
Moving on to this.
I'm happy that he's saving the strawberry cheesecake for
At
last.
first, I was very unsure about this cheesecake.
I'm pretty sure it's a strawberry or it's a cherry. I
After
didn't
taking
really
this
look
down,
at
I
the.
decided to go after Cheesecake Factory.
He was doing the
Now it's
flavors
time for
he
me
was
to get to
doing.
my second
Too
favorite
quick.
cheesecake at the Cheesecake Factory. The wonderful, the glorious, the delicious strawberry. I'm saving my favorite.
It's strawberry.
for the challenge.
Yeah, I know how I feel about strawberry cheesecake.
W. Oh, W.
W O
I did my
W.
best to enjoy every spoon
It can only be one.
mainly because I wasn't quite sure how I would like the next cheesecake, which is the most interactive cheesecake on the Cheesecake Factory menu.
Go diva.
It didn't really taste that
Chocolate.
special to me. Thankfully, I always come prepared to the party. And after making some much-needed adjustments,
Hey, the guy yesterday was just talking about peanut
a few
butter,
minutes later, meal number
and
2.
he brought out the peanut butter. I don't know why.
Total cheesecake count was at
18, bro. You still
I
got a
just reached
ways
the
to go.
17-hour mark, which means I have 7 hours to get the rest of the cheesecakes. This might be a little rough.
With over half the cheesecakes down and only a few hours left, I knew this challenge was going to come down to the wire.
I would have gave you 48 hours.
So I
Not
decided to head to
24.
Golden Arches for some very important items. After 20 billion calories of cheesecake, McDonald's Diet Coke just hits different.
And here we have it.
Why would you get fries? You got cheesecake, man.
Salty deliciousness.
McDonald's French fries also hit different. A little while later, it was time to begin meal 3, which had some of the richest cheesecakes of this entire challenge.
All right, everybody. Well, here we are.
When I said earlier there was not that many cheesecakes, I didn't know it was gonna be like
15
this.
minutes in to the challenge. I'm trying
You got
to
4
show
hours
how much
left.
I hate cheesecake right now. This is meal number 3.
But I would have just set the 24 hours to a 48 hours.
I'm not a big tiramisu fan, but this flavor surprised me.
Not bad.
But after a few bites of this cheesecake, I was already in need of some salt.
Oh man. Don't think I forgot about my fries. Exercise. I thought you meant extra fries.
After saying that joke for the 8,000th time, I went after one of the highest calorie Cheesecake Factory cheesecakes next.
So now it's time for the Hershey's cheesecake.
With over 115 grams of sugar, this cheesecake tasted like an explosion of Hershey's chocolate. It was almost too much at first.
I'm glad
But I
that
used the bitterness from my decaf coffee
the
to
strawberry
increase
cheesecake is the only cheesecake that got a WOW.
Here's this coconut cheesecake now. My entire stomach feels like cheesecake right now.
Sorry, one second.
I don't know about this one.
I had now returned to the point of extreme sugar fatigue. If you've never heard of this term before, it's basically when everything tastes like sugar. Even with my fries and my decaf coffee, this was getting very rough.
South by Southwest is all about connection.
I have to move
Slack
the
has
camera
really
down
helped
because
keep everybody connected
y'all can't really
because
see
we
me.
all have this sense.
That would have been weird. Is that a Reese's cup?
This s'mores
Like
cheesecake right here. I'm 100%
a mug
with
cup?
this
Reese's
cheesecake,
mug
but
cup?
If this video
That's
gets 50,000
actually pretty
likes,
nice.
I will attempt to eat every item on the Cheesecake Factory menu.
Just in case you didn't know, there's over 250 items on the Cheesecake Factory menu.
I have
Do
no
not
idea
do
how I
that.
even be able to do something like that, but I can try to figure out a way.
But you gotta exercise.
And while you're giving the video a like, be sure to subscribe. if
I
you
mean,
want to see
he ain't
food
fat,
challenges.
but damn. All them calories. You gotta do like
The
a
fact that I could actually taste this cheesecake
10-mile
was the most surprising part. But after a few more spoonfuls of
or
this cheesecake,
get on
I
the
started to
treadmill for
feel
like
yet again.
6 hours for 2 days straight. Like 6 hours one day, 6 hours the next day.
Even though I was thoroughly over cheesecake at this point, the cheesecake I was most curious about on the entire menu was up next.
Now, everybody, we've gotten to the cheesecake I've been looking forward to the most in this entire meal. This is the Cinnabon Cinnaswirl cheesecake. Y'all know how much
Cinnabon Cinnaswirl cheesecake. That actually sounds pretty good. I want to get that celebration cheesecake, strawberry cheesecake,
Exactly how I thought it
and then probably that Cinnabon.
I was completely over it within the first few bites. But thankfully, I was able to push through, and meal 3 was complete, putting the total cheesecake count at 23.
I only have 10 cheesecakes left. I'm really gonna have to make something happen if I'm gonna be able to complete this challenge in under 24 hours.
I thought
Bruh,
the
I
food
would've-
take from earlier was good, but it was nothing compared
It would've
what I
been
was
over for
experiencing
me.
at this point. But with only 10 cheesecakes left, the end was in sight. But the last thing I wanted to do was eat another cheesecake. My stomach capacity was also incredibly limited, so I knew I needed to think of a strategy before heading into the next meal. I snacked on some barbecue Doritos for a few minutes, and I finally had an idea.
Desperate times call for desperate measures.
With my limited stomach space at this point, the only real shot I had at completing this challenge involved me taking a few cheesecakes, along with some almond milk, along with another cheesecake, blending all of them up and creating some cheesecake shakes. With only a few minutes left, this was going to get very intense.
The cheesecake baby is real right now. I literally have like 12 minutes left in this entire challenge. Anyways, everyone, I just need to get into this. This is meal number 4. Let's start with this one right here. I have no idea what this one is.
Within the first few seconds of this meal, I realized the shakes were 1,000 times more dense than I thought they would be.
No, cheesecake is down. The hardest part of this is gonna be the shakes. Oh, which taste absolutely amazing, by the way. I'm being slightly sarcastic.
I would have used
This one.
regular milk, maybe 1%,
I'm
2%.
dreading this the entire challenge.
At this point, I just wanted to throw in the towel.
I really don't like cheesecake right now.
But using the tanginess of the cheesecake, I was able to get through it along with the first shake.
First shake is down. You know what? Gotta get to this low carb cheesecake. Got some fruit on top.
He used to just say low carb cheesecake.
And dedicate this cheesecake to all of you out there on low carb diets. This one's for you. Everybody, I saved my favorite cheesecake
The
for
Oreo.
this last meal. The Oreo extreme cheesecake.
3 minutes left.
But unfortunately, after a few bites of the cheesecake, the 24-hour time limit was up.
Well, everybody, we have reached the 24-hour mark. Which means that I have failed to take down all the cheesecakes from the Cheesecake Factory.
You got close. I think you was like 3 or 4 short.
Man, I feel terrible.
If I had 33, I'm only eating about 5 or 6.
Oh. My stomach feels like it's in another dimension right now.
But all I could do was reach for the shake.
You want to get close to it?
You still drinking the shake, bro.
Oh my God.
That's wild.
Only the new Sleep Number smart beds let you both sleep at your ideal level.
They really getting me with these ads that you can't skip.
I want to try to get down as much as possible. I feel like if I eat another bite of cheesecake, I'm just gonna...
I would have loved to have elaborated
Pearl.
more on how I was feeling, but after my recent entire menu challenge at Sonic, it seems that YouTube doesn't like when I show or reference things that involve nausea. So I'll let you use your imagination on this one.
Thankfully, I can drink cheesecake.
After finishing off this shake, I had one of the biggest food babies in my life.
Nausea.
Oh,
Men's Health, if you ever need a cover model, be sure to hit me up.
now that is a serious cheesecake, baby. Right now, there is no way I'm gonna be eating the rest of this cheesecake.
The total cheesecake count stood at 29.5. With only 3.5 cheesecakes left, I couldn't believe I failed this challenge. Even though I felt like I was sweating cheesecake, I decided to come back a few hours later and try to get the rest of the cheesecake down before midnight.
So you all know, it hasn't gotten any prettier. Oh. It's now 11:56.
With the massive food baby that I had, I couldn't believe I was putting another bite of cheesecake in my mouth. But all I could do at this point was give it everything that I had.
I mean, challenge over, ain't it? Why you still
Finishing the
eating?
last few bites of the Oreo
I am going
cheesecake,
to the
I felt
bathroom.
I'm done.
At the end of the day, the total cheesecake count stood at 30. Upset over the fact that I felt like this challenge was a complete fail, I woke up the next morning and wanted to try my absolute hardest to finish the rest of the cheesecakes. But as soon as I pulled them out of the fridge, my mind immediately went to that mango key lime cheesecake. So for my own sake, I decided against it. But as I carried on with the rest of my day, I remembered my goal from the very beginning of this challenge, which was to take down every cheesecake on the Cheesecake Factory menu. So a few hours later, I made my way back to the dinner table.
Just the thought of this cheesecake entering my body is just absolutely repulsive to me right now. I just have to say, everyone, it's going to be a very, very, very long time before I eat cheesecake again. But I'm here, and I promised all of you that I'd be taking down every single cheesecake, and I gotta deliver on that promise.
Damn.
Here we go.
You doing this for y'all? I don't think I can do all that. Nah.
All I had left
That
was
couldn't
the
be
original
me.
cheesecake,
I'd
the
say,
cheesecake, and the caramel pecan cheesecake.
Thanks for the YouTube, but nah.
You think this is a Snickers cheesecake?
Even though I'm a huge Snickers fan, the last thing that I wanted at this point was more cheesecake.
What's this cheesecake called?
I'm just gonna say, if you're all still with the flow of the video, there's no cheesecake emoji, so just drop a cake emoji down below in the comments.
And
I
as
think
got
there
to
is
the
a cake
caramel pecan
emoji that's
cheesecake, I was
sliced
finally
like a
able to push
cheesecake.
through and make it to the end of the challenge. Or so I thought. The total cheesecake count stood at 33.
That has been every cheesecake.
Let me just type
at the Cheesecake
33 out of
Factory,
33.
but not really though. While filming this challenge, it came to my attention that I'm actually missing a cheesecake. Now it's currently the month of February, which means that one of their seasonal cheesecakes is not on the menu. And I know that when people watch this challenge in other months, that seasonal cheesecake will be on the menu. That cheesecake is the pumpkin cheesecake. Unfortunately, since it is January, it is very hard. Excuse me. It's very hard to get your hands on a pumpkin cheesecake. Thankfully, I found one in the store. It just happens to be a vegan cheesecake. I dedicate this dairy-free pumpkin cheesecake to all the vegans out there.
Even though I felt like the world's biggest idiot for how much cheesecake I had just consumed, I spent the next few minutes eating this cheesecake, and just like that, the challenge was officially complete. The total calorie count was 41,615. After 9 years of food challenges, this was one of my most difficult food challenges. It was almost as difficult as my last as many calories as possible challenge. If you missed that, I'll go ahead and put it on your screen for you to enjoy next. Subscribe for more food challenges, and I'll see you all in the next food challenge. Bye, everybody.
Woo! We got through it. We got through it. I don't know if I can watch any more food challenges for about an hour. Thank y'all for watching. I'm gonna see y'all in the next video.